Hello and welcome. This is Diana and you are watching Holistic Vibes. This is going to be for the sign of Gemini. As always, take what resonates, leave the rest. We'll see what comes out. Earth Magic. That is the first card in the deck. A powerful move. It's kind of like the Queen just unlocks everything. Close encounters. Seeing beyond. Did somebody meet aliens and they didn't tell me? Just saying. Let's see. Let's see what we got. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Okay. Ooh, Judgment, Justice, and the Hierophant. Like, psh. Oh, man. All right. I guess. Yeah. And the Wheel of Fortune. I mean, like, if there's not fire coming. And they said, oh, look, they match. It has something to do with, like, your intentions for, like, your highest timeline when it comes to work. And, like, your karmic justice, right? It's remembering. They're hella funny. We are in an Earth school. And I know it's hard for a lot of people to fathom that, like, we take these evolutionary cycles the way we do. But when you... kind of like the whole seeing is believing. Like when you meet so many people and you talk to the higher self, like it's absolutely mind-boggling why somebody would take upon those lessons, right? Not to say that every hypnotherapy session is a true activation of a higher self, because a lot of times people don't have the ability or the affinity to activate their higher self, but I'm hearing quite loudly that you do. Yeah, and again, it's there's something with the way that the current energy is unfolding that there is an activation. So like you need to make sure that you are leaning into appreciation and gratitude, into a state of letting yourself not carry the weight of other people, right? It's you allowing yourself to take the time to access a higher state of consciousness, a higher way of being, right? Yeah, thanks. There's something with the alignments that are currently happening right now, right? Like this is the Seven Sisters. And the activations of the earth, right? It's kind of like when you set the intention to call in your soul family through that integrity of like heart-centered awakening, it's kind of like they come running and you're going to start seeing it. Wow. Okay, so there have been lies that have been stated as woke truth, right? And in actuality, it's not. Like the creative consciousness and God's law is woke truth. And through the vibration of like you honestly assessing like the where your path is leading you, it's kind of like through the sacred tunnels, through the variations of like you understanding the roads that you've traveled once before, right? And it's interesting because like as I grew up, I always would say like me or hate me. In the end, at least you know exactly how you feel about me. And I'm talking to somebody who kind of leads in that same vibration. And so like you're going to... It's like when you let go of the heaviness that the heart is currently holding, like then you can finally release, right? Finally exhale the like heaviness in your shoulders, like the heaviness in your rib cage, the like what's been blocked in your manifestation cycles, right? Like how you, I'm talking to somebody who feels like they're constantly losing when in actuality you're making forward progress. It's just not in the way that you foresaw it to be, right? When your ego doesn't get fed the way it wants to, like then it creates like a disillusion, a disarray, a situation where you are more traditional than what you think, right? It's almost like they're showing you like, hey, this is like actually your divine truth. Is this in fact your truth? Or is it something that they just said it's identifying the lock. And like through the identification of that, like you're able to unlock your own, fire. You're able to unlock your own portal, your own, it's kind of like when you play with frequency and vibration, right? Because Abraham always says it's not luck, it's alignment. And it's like in the divine sacrednicity of like the you working with your own energy and surrendering to the divine, right? And allowing yourself to just say, you know what, let God's will be done. And like through the soul growth of the how you bounce back, it's kind of like that is the learning lesson through this process. It's kind of like that's when like your hopes, wishes, dreams, desires open up so that you can then connect and be one with your own inner strength. And it's kind of like the pendulum. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever read, what's his name? They're showing me, Zedam, or what is it, not Zedam, Zealand, and they're also showing me, Melchizedek. And like how the energetic frequency, right? Like you're on a super high flying disc. You just found a great mentor. Everything's aligning for you. Boom. All of a sudden they get busy. Everything falls to the wayside. You no longer can reach contact. Now you're in a state of flow, flux, and impediment, right? Don't put all of your eggs like on that one person, that one situation. Understand you are a pendulum and you are attracting contrast to you continuously. Like always you will be learning lessons. That is the way it works. It's never, oh, I'm in a final state of like no more lessons for me, right? God will give you the lessons you need to complete your contracts. And as you identify and you work with your team on how to clear your contracts, or even the number of contracts you have, you may not even quite understand how many contracts that you've agreed to take into play. And like through this experience of like sacred space, through energetic frequency, through like you tapping into the divine earth mother, and like through that space of recapping the lessons you've been in versus the lessons that you currently are still holding on to, versus the what is still outstanding. Through that mental clarity, right, and through the understanding, you are going to gain more sovereignty in your own knowledge. And so you want to make sure that you are always geared towards your highest timeline and like continually activate it. And through the acknowledgement of like, hey, this one thing is still holding me down or anchoring me down or keeping me out of state of abundance or prosperity or compassion, right? And like I'm kind of getting a lot of like blockages in the lower back, lower to mid back. And so like give yourself that honest assessment and ask the divine sisters, ask the star seeds, ask the Palladian energy, like whatever it looks like for you, right? There is a actual energetic alignment with the Pleiades and Sirius and the moon. So like there is a direct alignment frequency to the amplification of what it is you truly desire. And the more grounded you are into the what is coming, or the what you want to come, and don't waver, don't buckle, don't allow the old or the woulda, coulda, shouldas to impede that process. And as you're doing that, like you're essentially rewriting your own script. Like you are holding steady for the light to come your way. They just said that's it. So I'm going to leave that there. If something in this resonated with you, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Until next time, be well. Ciao.